Okay, so this was our story, and it happened over 2 months ago, and I'm finally ending it. Why? I've just been a lazy cunt, but whatever. Here it is, the final hike, and a little recap of where we've been before we end it.
Secrets, hard to keep them, but I can shut my mouth. I've been quiet, I hate lying, but I can't figure you out. I've been hiding all my emotions in the dark where no one's allowed. I've been fighting alone, I've been frozen. Keep my feelings close so they can't get out. What if I just told you I wanted you to be all mine? Would you come around? What if I just told you I loved you? If I let you in, will you let me down?
But I guess every story must have a start before you end it. And I guess I never really told how it all began. On this little town here called Mount Maunganui, on a fine summer day, I was craving ice cream. So I thought like, okay, I'm gonna buy some ice cream. Went to like a little shack. They sell ice cream, some quick bites, and coffee. And I was standing on the line, right? And behind me, that's where I saw her. That's where I saw Angie. And I thought like, oh, wow. And I was like, oh, well, she looks good, but I should probably mind my own business. But something in me was like, if you don't do it, you're gonna regret it. So I come up with the stupidest shit that I could think of, and I said to her, hey, I like your bag. She said, oh, thank you. She was there to buy coffee. And then I think a couple of months after, we were climbing mountains, hiking volcanoes, chasing a lot of waterfalls. Yeah, having the time of our lives. Fun as it was, I knew she was going to leave. I mean, it's always been part of the understanding. I mean, when I first met her, she told me that she was in a traveler visa and she's only gonna be in New Zealand for a short while. So I told her that, hey, you know what, we don't have to be together for a lifetime. You know, like some people are out there spending so much time with each other and at the end, they don't even know each other. So I told her that whatever time you can give, I'll make a forever out of it. You know, that's my forever with you. That's enough to remember you for a lifetime. And I thought, hey, you know, end is about to come, so why don't we have our last adventure where we had our first one? And in that case, it was Cathedral Cove. So we thought like, hey, you know what, let's do one final hike. There's a really good mountain around Coromandel, the Pinnacles, and then after the hike, we'll go to the beach and have our, you know, spend our last moments together there. And so yeah, we had our last hike, and this is what the story is about. This is all about our last adventure. So this is the Pinnacles, and it's not for the faint heart. It can be done as a day hike or an overnight hike. Me and Angie decided to do it overnight, but the thing was, we were both working on the day that we did it, so that means we have to do it in the afternoon and possibly over the night. But we were not fazed about it. We pushed on. So it was late in the afternoon when we start heading off to the Pinnacles car park, and the drive took us around 2 hours or more. So when we arrived at the car park, we probably had like less than 2 hours of sunlight remaining, and the overall hike would take around 3 hours. But no biggie, we were prepared and we were together, so nothing we can't handle. Thank you for driving. With less than 2 hours of sun remaining, we started hiking. The start was relatively easy. It started flat and we passed a lot of bridges. Heaps of bridges. Some of them are a bit wobbly too. Oh shit! But somehow I still managed to film on them. We tried to cover as much ground as we can before the night finally comes in, but the track started to get really steep. We have to go there. We had to navigate a fine line between pushing ourselves and listening to our body. There's no point making a mistake and then end up injuring ourselves. So we tried to move as fast as we can, and then eventually the night did come in and it was time for us to put on our headlamps. See myself. Oh shit, I can't see you. Light me, you can't see. Yeah, now you. Now me. As the night gets darker and darker, track becomes steeper and steeper, and breath becomes heavier. At some point, we had to take a break to catch our breath, replenish our energy, and rehydrate. Sitting on a tree. Look at this. We gave each other words of encouragement, drank our fair share of water, and then we pushed on. After hiking for another 30 minutes or so, we really thought we were getting close to the hut because we've been hiking for over 2 hours or more already. But then we come up to a sign saying we have 1 more hour to go, and that was really confusing. Fuck. What is it, 9:30? And it seems like 1 hour to go. Fuck. Pinnacles track car park. You know, you wonder if we got lost somewhere along the way.
Because we didn't even take a little break.
Late as it may be, slowly we were getting close to the hut. Yeah. So from the summit, it's 1 hour 20 minutes from here. 1 hour 5 minutes from... Oh no, 45 minutes. 50 minutes. Quick maths. Let me try to redeem myself here. I was trying to calculate how long it would take from the Pinnacles hut to the summit. If on the sign it says 1 hour 5 minutes, and that sign is also saying we're 15 minutes away from the hut, so 1 hour 5 minutes minus 15 minutes equals 50 minutes. Then that's the distance, that's the minute it would take from the hut to the summit, right? Right?
A question though.
Yeah.
This way? Because I think this is the way.
And then eventually we finally arrived. Oh, we were so ecstatic, we were so tired and cold, really hungry too. So we jump into the kitchen's hut. The day before the hike, I prepared some Chinese noodles, a bit spicy, but we ate to our heart's content. And after that, we did our tenets, brush our teeth, wash our face, go to the toilet, and then decided to call it the night. The following morning, we woke up early, hoping to catch the sunrise, but the weather was so fucking bad, man. Like, a tropical storm was cooking at that time, and we ended up staying in the hut till like 7 or 7:30 in the morning. But we still decided to go. I mean, it's like only an hour away. The weather was so shit, but we are going there. There. Can't even see it. But fuck it. There's people there, if you can see. Me and Angie decided, like, why not? Let's just go for it. I mean, it's not gonna be our first time hiking up for an hour or more, and then ending up seeing nothing. So we said, like, you know what, let's just go, let's just do it. But fuck me, there were a lot of stairs, and I thought I could prepare for it. Like 2 months before we did the traveling, I was walking on the stairmasters non-stop to prepare my body. But god damn it, those stairs were steep. Eventually, we reach a viewpoint where we can appreciate the nature around us. Yes, it was gray. Yes, it was shit. Yes, it was rainy. But all of those factors give this vibe of a, like Lord of the Rings, misty mountain vibe. So we sat there, enjoyed the view, enjoyed each other's company, cherished these moments that we had, and yeah, be grateful for the whole experience. And of course, to take photos, heaps of photos. We then continued hiking, and on this part of the trail, it was almost vertical, and you have to do a lot of almost rock climbing. Sometimes I would be on my all fours. I'm pretty sure Angie had to do the same thing. A lot of scrambling on the rocks. And had the weather been much more shit, I think accidents could happen on this part of the trail. And really, on that day, it was already muddy, it was already slippery. So we were really trudging a fine line between wanting to reach the summit and should we go back, should we just risk it? But then eventually we did reach the top, and as expected, it was all gray.
With an amazing view.
Wow.
Go on, babe.
And yes, the views were majestic, but it was alright. It was never about the views, it was about reaching the top and owning up to the challenge. And we did. We reached the summit together. We stayed there for a couple of minutes, enjoyed the view, asked God to give us good weather, hoping that by giving out good place points, He would clear out the weather. If you don't know what that means, you're missing out. You should watch the series The Good Place. It's a damn good series. And then after that, we just have to do everything all over again, just in reverse, which ironically I find harder. Going down, it really kills my knees, but we have to get off this mountain no matter what. I mean, there was a storm brewing. It's about to come down to us, and the last place we want to be in is anywhere near this mountain.
What happened? What happened?
I missed one step and then this.
Happened to me earlier. So painful.
When you're in a hurry, accidents do happen. So in our head, we have to move as fast as we can and as safe as we can.
No excuses.
But also, I can never say no to a free workout. I mean, that's a free dip bar, right?
Okay, I think you can go down.
Slowly but surely, we made our way down, and eventually, the path starts to become recognizable from last night's hike. And we also saw the effects of the last storm and the danger that the current storm might bring to us. So we were really motivated to get back to our car. Even though we were feeling hungry, we didn't even bother to stop to eat. Me and Angie agreed that we would rather eat while we are at the car. It's gonna be much safer for us, and we are going to be much comfortable. After a couple more hours, the familiar bridges that we crossed last night started to appear. We did eventually cross new ones. I'm not sure if we got lost somewhere along the way, but it doesn't matter really. We knew we were getting closer and closer to the start of the trek, and we were thankful too because it started to pour. But really, even at that moment, I didn't really care if it was going to rain or there's a storm coming. All I can think of was, what a crazy experience has it been. We've pushed through floods, watched our favorite comedian. We've climbed mountains after mountains, climbed a volcano which was like 19 kilometers, long hike, and almost lost my drone, then found it by some miracle. And now we've done our final hike, and the end was about to come. I knew I was in for a lot of hurting, a lot of crying, which will suck, and it did. It definitely did. But given the chance, I will 100% do it again. I'm sorry, selfish as it may be, Angie, but yeah, I will do it all over again and get hurt all over again. And yeah, like, I am grateful for the whole experience, really. I am grateful to have shared it with you guys. If you're still here, if you're still watching, I appreciate you so much. Please do leave a like or a comment. Help me get out there. Help my name get out there. And as well, if you've been with me from the very start, probably for the upcoming vlogs, you're gonna see a lot of changes. I'm trying to set a new pace, a new feel to my vlog, and it's gonna have a more sense of direction. Probably less mountains because it's winter time here in New Zealand, but my goal is to upload more frequently and more consistently for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me, and see you next time. Peace.